Not a lunge. It is still an attempt to tuck, drawing the beeline in and pressing the tailbone down. Can you feel the stretch? What level out of 10?
7.
About a 7. Let's get you to bend the elbow a little bit more. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Okay, there should be no pressure in the knee at any time on any of these exercises. If there is, come off. You don't want the pressure on the knee. Take a breath in again for a 5 count, and a deep sigh, keeping a beeline and a little bit more of a tuck. Try and press from the elbows down without working the neck and shoulder area. Once again, these are 10 breaths in and out on each leg, doing 2 sets, alternating. Let's relax. Place the hands on the floor and change legs. Okay, coming upright. Left hand on the left buttock, right hand on the pubic bone, taking a breath in through the nose and a deep sigh out of the mouth. In through the nose and sigh out of the mouth with a little bit of a tuck so you can feel the stretch. How's that? Strong? Good. There may be a little bit of pressure on the right thigh initially to try and balance the body. That will eventually go, and the tension in the right thigh will ease up. So by tucking, you're actually opening up the lower back as well as stretching the quadricep. And the quadriceps are essential to have stretched. If they're locked, they actually pull on your back and on the pelvis. So consequently, if they loosen up, you have more freedom of movement in the pelvic area. And relax. And off you come. And lying on your back. Okay, we're going into the perfect abdominal curl, the PAC. Lying on your back with the knees at a 45-degree angle to the floor and the feet flexed. Having the feet flexed takes the pressure off the hip flexors, so you actually work your abdominal muscles a bit more effectively. Place the hands behind the head, and if you need to cradle the neck, if the neck strains slightly, place your hands on opposite shoulder blades. Daniel? That's it. So your head is comfortably rested. Breathing out as you draw your ribs to your hips in order to gain the contraction. Breathe in and release 10%. That's enough. And breathe out and curl forward more, drawing your ribs towards your hips. Breathe in 10% and breathe out, curl forward. So the shoulder blades come off the floor. On the return, the shoulder blades do not touch the floor. And then forward again, breathing out. Breathing in 10%. There should be a golf ball size space under the chin, and the eyes should be at knee level, looking at the knees. And breathe out as you curl forward. For those of you who want to find a more intense stretch, extend the legs further. And that you should work a little bit harder in the abdominals. Feel that? Yeah. Okay, and breathe out. Draw the ribs to the hips. Breathe in, release 10%. And breathe out, draw the ribs to the hips. Okay? These are also 10. We're going to be doing 4 to 6 of each of the repetitions today, but try and build your way up to 10 repetitions. Okay, and relax. Daniel, if you can come down a little bit more. And straighten your legs. We're going to do the roll up. Hands by your sides. Okay, keep the feet flexed. Take the hands up to the ceiling and above the head, onto the ground. In this position, make sure the rib cage is flat and the back is pressed towards the floor, keeping the beeline. The buttocks are relaxed. Breathe in as you take your hands up to the ceiling. Breathe out as you curl the head forward and bring the hands down by your sides and keep rolling up vertebra at a time. Reach forward and lengthen the hands forward past the legs if you can. Hold for the breath in. Breathe out as you start to curl down. And when you curl down, the movement comes from the hips, not from the shoulders. So you're leaning your hands towards the feet as much as you can at all times. Take the arms above the head, keeping your beeline to support your back so your back doesn't arch. Breathe in as the arms come up to the ceiling. And breathe out as you start to curl forward. Breathing out, deep sigh out. If you take a partial breath out, you'll actually come up with a stiff back. So it's got to be a deep sigh out. Hold for the breath in. And breathe out as you start to curl down again. Keep extending the hands towards the feet and flexing the feet. Vertebra at a time. Imagine your spine is like a string of pearls, and each pearl is going down one at a time. And it comes up the same way. Breathing in as you come up. And a deep sigh, chin to chest, ribs to hips, beeline, reach forward. Stretch out of the lower back as much as you can without hunching the shoulders. Take a breath in, breathe out as you curl down. Rolling all the way down, vertebra at a time. Okay, keep the hands by your sides and we'll go into the rollover. Bring the hands down by your sides. Okay, Daniel, if you can come down just a bit further, please. That's it, right down to the edge here. Okay, rolling down, lying on your back. There are two versions of these. One which is the more difficult version, with the arms above the head on the ground. Bend the knees to the chest. Take the legs up into the air. And keeping the legs parallel and pointed, breathe out as you take the legs over above the head. Open the legs shoulder distance and flex the feet. Slowly roll down vertebra at a time, breathing out. Keeping the thighs as close to the body as possible. Till the legs come to vertical. Bring the legs back together and breathe out as you go over. Daniel's having his legs turned out to try and squeeze the adductor muscles as well. Tanji has the legs in parallel. Open the legs, shoulder distance apart. Flex the feet and turn the legs into parallel, Daniel. And slowly come down. Vertebra at a time. Keep the legs as close to the body as possible. Trying not to work the shoulders too much, so you're actually trying to work your abdominals. Bring the legs together and over you go, breathing out as you go over. Lengthening the neck so that there's no pressure in the neck area at all. Open the legs and slowly come down, vertebra at a time. Using the stomach muscles, each bone should be imprinting onto the floor. This time, keep the legs open with the legs, feet flexed, and over you go with open legs, breathing out, working on the beeline. Bring the legs together, point, parallel and turned out, and slowly come down, keeping your legs parallel, Tanji, and slowly vertebra at a time. Open the legs, shoulder distance, flex the feet, and over you go again, breathing out. Bring the thighs towards the chest when you start this movement, rather than trying to get the feet over the head. And legs together, parallel, and slowly down. Imagine your feet are made of lead, so they actually keep the legs as close to your body as you possibly can. Okay, and relax. Legs bent. Extend your legs. Single leg circles. Bend the right leg up towards you and take it up into the air. Okay? On this exercise, we'll start once again with the arms above the head for the more challenging position, hands by the sides for the simpler version. Breathe out as you lower the leg. Breathe in as you raise. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you raise. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you raise and change direction. Breathe out as you lower, keeping your beeline and attempting to make the circle from the inner thigh. If you want to feel that inner thigh working, place the hand onto the inner thigh and keep it there. So dig the fingers in and keep it in that spot there. So the fingers don't slide, they stay in the one spot. And change legs. Bend the knee, extend the leg up into the air, and finger into the adductor, and breathe out as you lower, breathe in as you raise. Keeping the leg pointed as if you're drawing circles on the ceiling. Now, if the hip tends to move too much on the other side, don't make the circle so big. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out as you lower, and change direction. Breathe out as you lower, breathe in as you raise. Imagine the stomach is stuck to the leg, and as you lower the leg, the stomach flattens, and the stomach pulls in to raise the leg. Flatten the stomach to lower, suck the stomach into raise. One more. Flatten the stomach, suck it in, and relax. Right, we'll go into the hundreds now. So bend your knees up towards your chest. Curl your head and shoulders forward and extend the hands just off the floor. Extend the legs up into the air. This is for your abdominal muscles to strengthen them up. Flex and turn out the legs, and lower the legs, Tanji, as much as you can. Daniel, stay where you are. And with your hands, Tanji, beating, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the ribs drawn to the hips. Deep breath in. If you find that the beating distracts you, keep the hands by your sides and keep breathing. We can go into an advanced version here with Daniel with the arms going up to the ceiling and holding that position. And can you feel that more intensely on the abdominals? Yeah. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths in and 2 more breaths out. That's it. Once more. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. And bend the knees to the chest. Hands on the ankles and relax. Okay. The next one is to go rolling like a ball. So holding onto the ankles, you need to come up with the hands on the outsides. That's it. knees together, and hugging the ankles, knees together. Okay, you're going to sink back into your hips and roll over onto your shoulders, but not onto your neck. So breathing in as you roll back, and breathe out as you roll back up. So you need a bit of momentum here, and breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. This should be a nice smooth roll without any flat spots in the back. And breathe out, and one more. Once again, these are up to 10 repetitions, and rolling back and stay on your back. Okay, bend your knees up towards you again. Keeping your right leg up towards you, place the right hand on the right ankle and the left hand on the right knee. This is the single leg stretch. Extend, contract forward first, draw your ribs to your hips, shoulder blades off the ground without hunching your shoulders, and extend your left leg as low as you can where the back does not arch. The leg is pointed and turned out. Breathe in as you change legs, keeping a beeline, and breathe out as you extend. That's it. Stretching out as much as you can. Breathe in as you change legs, and breathe out as you extend. And we're now going to try, keep moving, breathing in, and we're going to go just a little bit faster. Daniel is doing a simpler version there where you draw the knee back towards the shoulder first before you extend the leg, and then we move into the synchronized version where you're working like a bicycle movement on the legs. And let's get you up to that as well now. And stretch. That's it. And out and stretch, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Draw both knees towards the chest, hands on the ankles, and relax the head. The next exercise is the double leg stretch. Contract forward, extend both arms forward and legs up into the air, flex and turn out, breathe out. Breathe in as you take the hands up to the ceiling, keeping the chin on the chest, breathe out and take your arms around in a circle. Reaching forward, breathe in as you relax, bending the knees to the chest, rest the head for a fraction, and into the next one, breathe out. Press through the heels as hard as you can, squeeze the gap between the knees, breathe into the ceiling, breathe out, circle around. Reach forward, ribs to hips, bend the knees, relax, breathing in. And again, breathe out. This time, Tangi, take your legs as low as you can. Breathe in, and breathe out. Circle around, keep the beeline, keep the back flat. Breathing in as you relax, half a second, and one more. Breathe out as you come up. Breathe into the ceiling. Breathe out as you circle around. Reach forward, bend the knees, and relax. Okay, staying in that position, you're now going to do a hamstring stretch, otherwise known as the scissors on the back. Extend your right leg up into the air, and curl forward and hold on to the ankle. Extend the other leg just off the ground, pointed and turned out. Breathe in, change legs. And breathe out and stretch the leg back to the shoulder. Breathe in, change legs, keeping the ribs to the hips, keeping a beeline. And switch, and out. And in, and out. Trying to keep the leg as much as you can in a straight position. Breathe in, and stretch. And as you get into the advanced movements, the foot flexes as Daniel's doing, otherwise lengthening through the toe as Tangi's doing, with the leg turned out. Breathing in, and this leg is parallel and flexed to give more of a stretch. And don't hunch the shoulders, keep the shoulders relaxed. And relax, bend the knees to the chest, and relax the feet on the ground. The next exercise is the Criss Cross. Curling forward, place the hands behind the head, draw the knees to the chest, extend the right leg away from you, and bring the opposite arm to the bent knee. On the breath out. And breathe in and change, and breathe out and turn. Now you're trying to get the armpit to the knee. Keep moving. Breathing in, change. Breathe out as you turn. Breathe in, change, and out as you turn. Also trying to keep the opposite shoulder off the mat as you do the turn. So you're trying to get the armpit towards the knee. Breathe in and change. Breathe out and stretch. And one more. And bend the knees towards you, and sitting into an upright position. Okay, if we can get Daniel sitting back a bit further, please. Tangi, as you are. Extend the legs in front of you, with the legs open just past shoulder distance with the feet flexed and parallel. Hands in front of you, in between the legs, and sliding the hands forward, peel your spine off an imaginary wall as you curl down. All the way forward, and slowly imprint your spine back up onto that wall. This is the spine stretch. Coming up as tall as you can. Taking a breath in, breathe out, start with the chin on the chest as you curl forward, vertebra at a time. Lengthen forward as far as you can, breathing out, and curl back. Using the abdominals to bring you into the upright position, taking a breath in, as tall as you can, and curl again, breathing out. Chin to chest, chin to rib cage, and stretch forward out of the hips, lengthening out of the lower back. Hold for the breath in, breathe out as you curl up. Using the beeline, all the way into an upright position, and one more, curl forward, and slowly curling up. And lying down on your back again, coming down this way, Daniel. Tangi with your hands by your sides, Daniel with your arms above the head. Take both legs up into the air. The legs pointed and turned out. In Daniel's case, squeezing the back of the knees as close as possible. Tangi legs parallel. This is the simpler version here. Do a circle in one direction. This is the corkscrew. And then back up to the center and change direction. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you raise. Back to the center. Breathe out as you lower, squeezing the back of the knees. Breathe in as you raise. Keeping the heels together so they don't slide. The shoulders are as relaxed as possible. Daniel's doing the more advanced version of this one. By keeping the hands above the head, there is no possibility of using the shoulders to pressure on the neck. Breathing into the center, and one more. Breathing out as you lower, breathing in as you raise, and relax. Sitting up again. Next exercise is the saw. So sitting in an upright position, legs apart, just wider than shoulder distance, arms open, level to the floor.